Back in 2007, I took a sketchbook like this with me into the Café Deux on Commercial Drive. It was full of drawings and sketches and cartoons. And now, in the last 11 years since then, mostly though over just the last 5 years, I've recovered almost everything that was in the sketchbook that was stolen, which might have included this most recent post, cartoon post. I'll just go through them all here. We'll have a little chat. These are the ones I've started for my new strip, The Netherwork, which must be resurrected from the past, I would think. There's Abe Lincoln. Oh, and we're back to Wall-E. I just wanted to show you that these are actually real cartoons that I really drew and really put the ink on, although I think I already made a video demonstrating that with this cartoon here. We'll just take a little trip down memory lane. So, consider each one of these to be about 20 hours of work. Well, there's my tell us that. It's actually not very good. I think it's a bad pun, actually. It's not very good. I wish I could have come up with something better. But a barracuda, I think, is a good mascot for Tellus, especially if it has big, sharp teeth like that. Evil corporation. Oh, I've got started my illustration. Maybe someone even has the completed work that I used last time for my poem, The Obelisk, The Island. I didn't finish it. This is supposed to go on the chapter The Island, an illustration, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm still working on it. There's Wall-E again. All hand-colored, hand-drawn. Each one of these, I guess, is about 20 hours of work. This is what they stole from me. Just by walking up to my table and grabbing it and walking out. And then getting someone else to come and sit down with me and calm me down when I was so angry and ready to call the police and everything. But I'd already called the police for similar problems and that year, and really wasn't able to really, oh, she must hate my guts, eh? This one, she must hate me. Sorry. It's my illustration for the poem. Another poem illustration. Another poem illustration. Another poem. Look at how small they are, too, these things. I don't know what that is. Here's my Herald. With all the same stuff on the guitar that I probably had last time. There's me. That's my face. There's me in my old jumper that I lost when I went to the hospital for my kidney stone. Because I left it in the waiting room and then somebody just grabbed it. Oh, here's my illustration about the kind of people who end up on the front page of the Vancouver Sun with Mad Magazine. Their kids holding a Mad Magazine. There's illustration for my poem. Another illustration. Another illustration. Another illustration. Another illustration. Another illustration. This one, look at this one. This is a very elaborate illustration. Look how small it is. Look at how small that is. Amazing to get that kind of detail in such a small picture. I think. I'm very pleased with how that turned out. The obelisk. Oh, there's my sexy girlfriend from the Heavenly Escapade. Looks a lot better than that Saturday Night Live sack of potatoes with the face of a death camp bird. Here, these kind of remind me of NASCO workers, these people. Oh, and there's my masterpiece. Not quite the same as that ridiculous one they used for the sketch, eh? A little bit more serious. Oh, there's my autograph for Nobody Who Ever Wants It. Oh, there's Judgment. Final chapter of the masterpiece. There's my first attempt at the spaceman. I didn't like it. He looked too much like Randolph Mantoux. Oh, there's the musicians. There's the musicians. And there's the craft. That craft. Oh, we're right back into way back now, eh, in time. When I first started just kind of doodling these images out of my mind. This is all completely doodled, this whole thing. This is also completely doodled. I didn't use anything. Well, I guess I used a figure for that. But I just made up everything else out of my imagination. Here's where I started using figures with works like this. These are, of course, they're just pencil with ink over it. Another one. This one I recall now did have burning ships. I redid it, or I put burning ships in after. I didn't just leave it blank, but I don't have time for that this time. I don't have time. There's not a bad drawing, actually, that I made from... Actually just drew it. Turned out okay. Kind of got the eyes, more or less, the way they look. And I was really amazed that I reconstructed this square exactly the way it was, because I had to go out down onto Hastings Street and stand across the street from the bus stop to draw it all. Must have repeated the exact same steps that I took to do it the first time. She's cute, eh? Corporations grab you by the brain. And there's their church. Well, they think I'm some kind of, like, you know, crazy idealist from the far left or something, don't they, those guys? I believe in Jesus. What the hell? This guy didn't like me too much, eh? Well, you sure know it when people like that don't like you. They make sure you know. They make sure. This was one of the ones that those NASCO creeps used on me when I was working at their stupid job that none of them do. Just pretend that they all pretend to do. And I couldn't get it because it was all together and I couldn't make out what the way I did it last time. It wasn't as clear. Okay? And, oh yeah, who's this? Ask NASCO. It's Mr. Esophagus. They think that's funny. They thought that was funny when they called me Mr. Esophagus. And one guy came up to me and he said, "Who drew this?" You know, because he thought it was his spaceship. It's the kind of people they made me work with. The kind of people who are still attacking me behind my back all these years later. Now this one, I have another picture here somewhere, I think. Hey, yeah, there it is. Oh, what an astonishing coincidence. Look at this. Now, was this in Mad Magazine ever? Because I have a really good way to prove that it's mine. You see, there's no other photograph like this anywhere. This is a Kodak print from 1976. There I am in the middle. There's my brother standing next to me, and here's the other one with these are the two double digits here, these guys, and the rest of these ones are okay as far as I know. But what a coincidence, eh? Look at that. And I just threw in a couple extra heads to make it look more authentic. And did they say they drew that with a Kodak of my family? Did they? I just wanted to show you, you know, that these are all real works of art. They're all reconstructed from scratch, just like I said. You'd be able to tell if you were here looking at it in person. These are all ink drawings that were done in pencil first and went over it in ink. That's how I did that. Alright, the whole book, and it just goes on. I don't know how many there are. Quite a large number of drawings that other people got called artists, while I got called other things. Alright?